You've most likely heard of ashwagandha before. It's a supplement that's seen everywhere, great for muscle building, energy, focus and sleep. But what if I told you that there was a dark side to it? In today's video, we'll deep dive into the negative side effects of ashwagandha and especially focus on how you can avoid them at all costs. And don't worry, you won't die by using ashwagandha, but there are a few ways to be really careful about how you actually use it, how many times you should take it, for how long, how many dosage, and all of this that we'll cover today. So for myself, I've been using ashwagandha for a little bit less than 2 years and I've seen great benefits with it. I started using it to help me with stress management because I was having severe anxiety attacks a few years ago. Now it's completely gone, and ashwagandha was something that helped me a lot through this time. It's also great for testosterone, muscle building, overall relaxation. But what are the things that you can experience that you don't want to have? There's one condition that you can get when using ashwagandha for too long or with too high of a dosage, and that's called anhedonia. But what anhedonia actually does to your body is that it pretty much numbs all of your feelings and emotions. And as much as this can seem as a great thing, for example, if you are experiencing really negative emotions like high levels of stress, depression, or things like this is going to do the exact same thing to all of your other emotions that can be pretty positive. Happiness, joy, excitement, passion, these kind of things will also numb away. And this is really something you don't want to experience, especially if you are already experiencing problems with mental health. Sometimes the world seems a little bit more gray. You don't feel any good emotions from time to time. And we all want to live a happy, fulfilling life. So if anhedonia settles in and you don't have these emotions anymore, is it even worth living? People that are experiencing depression are exactly describing it as this way. They feel like there's no happiness. They feel like the world is gray, and that's exactly what anhedonia will do to you. And you don't want to fall into a world that has no colors or anything. Like, I'm looking outside right now, there's so many great colors, so much green, so much blue. It's absolutely beautiful outside. You don't want to feel like the world is gray. This is a great way to be in bad mental shape. So anhedonia, fuck you. Let me explain you actually how the dosage actually works and for how long you should actually take it. There are 3 main rules that I would say are the most important when it comes to taking ashwagandha the safe way. The first one would be to take less or equal to maximum amount, 1,000 milligrams per day. The reason for this is that otherwise you're gonna overload your body with ashwagandha. It's a really strong substance. You don't need that much of it. If you take 600 milligrams a day, you will already feel a lot of the effects. You don't have to go over this. So if you are taking 1,000 milligrams, I would say it's the maximum limit of what you should take. If you take more than this, you should reduce it. The second rule will be to not take it every single day for long periods of time. What I recommend is that you take it every single day. If you do take it every single day, it will be maximum for 1 month, not more, because that's when you start to feel the negative side effects. Anhedonia starts to settle in. You don't want to feel this. Some people say maximum 2 months. I would say just to be safe, because for me, even if I use it like only a few days in a week, maybe 1 or 2 days in a week, I start to feel the symptoms of anhedonia from time to time. So it's a strong substance, don't get me wrong. So just don't take it for more than a month if you take it every single day. Or you can use it as I do, which is to just take it when you feel like you're gonna have a stressful day or you want to have a peaceful night of sleep. That's what I recommend. Don't do more than this. And the last rule will be actually to cycle on it, which means that just like steroids pretty much, you have to do cycles. Just like I was telling you before, you don't want to take it every single day for long periods of time. Cycling is when you use the substance for a certain amount of time, but then you go off of it from some time and you cycle back on. I believe this is the best and safest way to use ashwagandha. So if you're a little bit scared about using ashwagandha, the dosage, and you don't really know how you're gonna react to it, I would say the best way is to do small cycles. And if you feel like you're doing completely fine, you can do longer ones, maximum 1 month at a time, and then cycle off for another month. That's what I recommend, but you should try it out yourself and find what cycle you actually enjoy doing. Now, there are other issues, of course. There's not only anhedonia that you can have as a bad symptom of ashwagandha. The first one would be to have stomach issues. And I guess this one is pretty self-explanatory. If you have stomach issues, stomach pain, or anything like this, of course you should not take it. Or if you have this issue arriving after a long period of usage, maybe that means that you should do smaller cycles. And lastly, I also wanted to say that you guys, if you've been on Reddit or any social media and you've seen people like speaking about ashwagandha, most of the time what happens is that people say, okay, this is a great supplement for this, and people think it's a magical pill. It's not. It's actually just a natural extract of a root. So just don't expect crazy results with ashwagandha. It's actually, for a natural supplement, I would say it's one of the strongest. But now I don't want you to think that it's a magical pill, or I don't want you to think that it's super strong too, because it still is just a root. So don't expect crazy results, but don't expect nothing to happen too, because it's still pretty strong. Now, what I want to come to with this is that on Reddit, you'll find anything and everything. And if you go onto the ashwagandha subreddit, you'll find people complaining about crazy, stupid issues that have nothing to do with consuming ashwagandha. I don't want you to go on there and be scared, because the first time I've been interested into ashwagandha, I actually went onto the subreddit and looked at what the people had to say about it. And well, this was kind of crazy. People were experiencing all kind of crazy problems in their life, and they were like, oh, that's because I'm taking ashwagandha. No, bro. That's because you live a stupid fucking life and you just eat processed food all day and you sleep 2 hours a day. Like, if you have issues in your life, it's not because you're taking one supplement. Come on, fuck off. So, guys, don't take these guys seriously. Focus on yourself and just keep a log, keep a journal on how you're feeling on ashwagandha. And maybe this is gonna help you to actually see if you are feeling different in any other way, and if it's safe for you to actually use ashwagandha on a daily basis or not. And if you guys are interested into taking care of yourself and your mental health, I would say check out the link down below in the description. This is a quiz that you can take that is going to give you an anxiety score. That is a good representation of how good or how bad your mental health actually is, especially good for men. So I would say if you're a guy experiencing anxiety, stress levels that are too high, or any bad mental health in general, take the quiz down below. It's going to give you really good resources on how to get better and good advices. With this out of the way, I think it's time for me to say take care and see you in the next one.